Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this week's car boot sale haul video. There was a moment when I didn't know what I was here for and what I was doing. Fancy that. I am here for this week's car boot sale haul video. I have been to the car boot sale. I got up so late today that I don't know who I am, what I'm doing, whether I'm in, out, up, down or whatever. So why did I get up late? I woke in the middle of the night with a really bad head. Woke in the middle of the night with a really banging headache. Took some tablets. Dozed back off. Now I'm really tired because I was awake in the middle of the night. Really weary. It's about 1 o'clock now, I think. 1:34. Good God, half the day's gone. And I am hanging, but I did go to the car boot sale, but I got there late. Because I dozed off back to sleep, and then when I woke up, Anthony wanted to come and he wasn't ready, so I waited for him. One way or another, I don't think we got to the car boot until nearly 9 o'clock. There's a stray hair and it's tormenting me. Bear with. Where are you? Yeah, I got him. Ah, okay. Back. What was I saying? Got there about 9 o'clock. There's still plenty to buy for a reseller at 9 o'clock. You just have to not stress about the stuff you missed at 7 o'clock. I bought, first off, I paid £5 for this bag of jewellery. And mostly out of sheer intrigue because I wanted to know what was in this box, if anything, and because I thought I saw gold. There's gold in them Dara Hills. So here... And spoiler alert, I have put it back in the bag since. Here is a bit that I thought might be gold. Don't know if you guys can see it. Just here. Anyway, I'll pull it out so you can see it. It's full of some quite chunky costume jewellery, none of which is really my taste. I had untangled it all once, but it's probably tangled itself back up. So there's a big ribbony necklace. Where are you from? Does it say where you're from? Sometimes they have little logos on them. It's got an M on it, and I expect Lex will know where it is. Could be Monsoon. I'm sure I cannot get that to focus on that. That's upside down now, I think. Anyway, it's a tiny M, or it might be a W, of course, if I've got it upside down. Who knows? But yeah, big chunky statement necklace. Not my kind of thing at all, really. Again, massive, chunky. I think Lex would call this brutalist, but she might be cackling away watching this going, you don't know nothing. Cuss, I don't know nothing. And then this, which apparently is just a piece of elasticated cord. I can't even get it. It's got it beautifully tangled back up. But this is the thing that I thought I saw that might be gold. And once I'd got it untangled, it becomes apparent that it isn't. It isn't gold. It is a triple layer necklace. It isn't gold. It is now horribly tangled up again, but it isn't gold, and it wasn't worth the £5. In fact, that bloody stray hair. Whether the entire bag is worth the £5 remains to be seen. There's another very chunky bit of kit there. This is from somewhere London. Saks London. Saks London for that chunky number. And this one with long dangly bits. You never know where you might want some of that. That doesn't have a maker's name on it at all. Yeah, so, I mean, I will probably just list some of it and see if I can recoup my £5. But to be fair, I think there's a strong chance. I try not to put my pen in the bag by mistake. I think there's a strong chance that my £5 will come back on the contents of the box. I have now looked. It's no longer a surprise to me. They are cufflinks. And they have Volkswagen Beetles on them. I do hope that's focusing. By the time I block my face out for it to focus, I can't see if I'm doing it right. They have Volkswagen Beetles on them, and I think they... Oh, are they Citroen? Oh, is it a Citroen? I do not know now, because it's front and back of the vehicle. That's a bug, isn't it? That's a bug, surely. Sure, that's a bug. Anyway, I'm sure I'll get my £5 back for the entire bag on the cufflinks alone, so it's not a moment of heartbreak. I paid £1 each for these two toiletries, and they are for myself. I have Lottie London BAE Before Anything Else Illuminating Primer, which hopefully will illuminate me and make me look bright and cheerful and less ancient and crispy. And then I also got R&Co Foil, which is Frizz and Static Control Spray. This sells for £16.99 and it feels almost full. It feels like it might be full to about there. So it may possibly have been squirted once or twice, or it may never have been completely full in the first place. Who knows? This is new and sealed and sells it and costs £10 normally. So those two items cost me £1 each, and they are for me. I paid £1 on Steve's store. By the time I got to Steve's store today, he was doing his everything is £1 on the table. He doesn't start off like that. He starts off with, you know, naming prices, and then at 9 o'clock-ish, or 9:30 maybe, they go to everything's £1 on the table. But of course, by the time you get to the table that time, there's not a lot left that you want, because the good stuff has gone. But I did get, I'm just trying to clean them up for you, hang on, because they are grubby. It's a nice pair of egg cups. There is no maker's name on them, and they were a proper grub, but I've cleaned them up a bit. No maker's name on them, but they're quite cute, look at that. So I will do a Google image search on them when I get a moment and see if I can find out who made them. They were £1. Also from Steve Stall for £1. A Wren Art Deco Clarice Cliff style mug. This one is Home Sweet Home. Bone china. I flicked it earlier on and it sounded a bit odd, but I cannot find a crack anywhere. I've run my fingers around the whole thing. I've inspected it. Just it didn't sound. Sometimes when you ping bone china, it sounds different. I think it's all right. That was £1. And also on Steve's Stall for £1. Pampered Chef Food Shopper. Food Chopper. Pampered Chef Food Chopper. I bought one of these a couple of weeks ago in exactly the same condition with no safety cap on the end. The good thing about that is that's a very simple add to listing, multiple quantity. Now I have 2. So that'll take seconds to do. Did I buy anything else from Steve? I bought 4 things. I paid £4. So what was my 4th thing? Oh, this top. Steve Stall does not usually have clothes on, but this was on the table, and it is a sea salt top. It's a very nice print. It will have a name on the inside tag. It is the Apple Tree Top, 3/4 sleeve Apple Tree Top by Sea Salt in a size 14. That was £1. I paid £1 each for these 2. I've got a Mamas and Papas green dinosaur and a Frederick Warren Rainbow Designs Flopsy Bunny. They were £1 each. I paid 50p each for 2 dog bowls. This one I will keep for ours, I think. This is a chili paws bowl, and you undo this stopper here. You fill the bowl with water, you put it in your freezer, and then you put the actual water for the dog to drink in here, and it keeps their water cool all day, so that'll be great for the summer. Obviously, we have 4 dogs, and they'll get through more water than that, but it will at least mean that I can put them some chilled water down and keep their water cold. And then a Slow Down You Greedy Bastard dog bowl, which I buy regularly when I see them, as you know. And this is a very small size. So this is for greedy Jack Russells, greedy Chihuahuas. And it's a bit grubby and it needs a clean out. All hail the wet wipe. So yeah, that one's for eBay. This one's for us. I'm nearly done. And it was a very strong I paid £1 day, because these were also £1 each. Soap and Glory Birthday Wishes set, which contains the Clean On Me Hydrating Body Wash and the Righteous Butter Body Butter. 75ml body wash, 50ml body butter. New and unused. Still wrapped up in its Soap and Glory tissue paper. And Jules Bath Fizzers, which are basically bath bombs, aren't they? Colours on cloudy days, bath fizzers. Notes of green tangerine and jasmine to awaken the senses. That was also £1, and I'm assuming is also unused. She said they were unused. I mean, you can't reuse a bath, you can't put it back in the box is what I'm saying, but yeah, look, they're all still wrapped in their tissue as well. Quite a strong pong came off them when I opened that. Quite a strong pong. I'm nearly done. I paid £4. This is today's, well, it's not quite today's biggest purchase because I've got a £20 purchase here, but this is today's biggest single item for a single price purchase. £4 for a pair of Hotter boots. They're in a Clark's box, but they are Hotter boots. And I actually owned these, or very similar, so I fell in love with these. I'm not sure if they're identical because I don't remember this ribbed bit around the back. Sorry, you can't see. I don't remember this ribbed bit around the back, but they've possibly just adapted the design in recent years. But I owned something that looked very much like that, and Caroline bought me them for Christmas one year. I fell in love with them in Hotter, and I think I mentioned them on a waffle and said these are lovely, but I can't justify buying them. And Caroline surprised me with them as a Christmas present, which was lovely. And they were a size 8. And I then lost 7.5 stone in weight. If you're new around here, I lost 7.5 stone in weight. I have regained 4 stone of that, I think, at this current point. I lost 7.5 stone in weight, and the boots were huge, and I sold them on. I said to Caroline, do you mind if I move them on because they don't fit me anymore? And she said, no, of course she didn't mind. And I sold them on, and then I regained 4.5 stone, and now I'm wondering if I should have kept them because they'd fit me again. With all that said, these won't fit me because they are a size 4. Yeah. size UK 4. So these are not going anywhere near my size 8 plates of meat. But they were £4 and somebody will want them. And then my big purchase of the day is all of these, and that's very heavy, bear with. There's another box, a second box, and in addition, this pile. They are all audiobooks. I didn't have Josh there today to sort through and make sure the discs were there, so I took my chance. So I said to the lady, how much are your audiobooks? She said, I want £2 each. And I started pulling out a few just for me. And I was like, oh, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. If I get 5, that's a tenner. And I thought, I wonder what she wants for the lot. And I said to her, how much would you want for all of them? And she said, all of them. I said, all of them. She said, all of them. And we did that back and forth thing. If you say all of them to someone, they don't seem to understand that you actually do want all of them. And I said, yeah, I would consider taking all of them if the price was right. And she said, And she didn't start counting. Normally when you say to someone how much you want for all of them, they start going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, blah, blah, blah. And she didn't. She just looked at them all and she went, I don't want to take them home. You can have them all for £30. And I went, And I was standing there and the thought that was going through my mind was not £30 is too much. It was, can I be bothered to carry them? And she must have assumed that I was pondering. And she went, oh, do you know what? I don't want to take them home. You can have them all for £20. So I said, okay, I will struggle and carry them then. So £20. I counted the minute ago and I've forgotten how many there are. This little section here are the ones that I want to listen. I'm just trying to turn around so you can see. Hang on. Oh my God, it's all going horribly wrong. You try picking up 12 audiobooks without dropping any. Hang on, bear with. This little section here are the ones that I want to read myself before I list them. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 Agatha Christie's there, maybe more. 5. There's 5 Agatha Christie's. I've got Poirot Investigates, At Bertram's Hotel, Miracle from Side to Side, 450 from Paddington, and Nemesis. Now, don't get me wrong, I have heard all of these before. I've read them and heard them. I've read them in book form and heard them in audiobook form multiple times. But I still want to listen to them again. So those will go in the car with me. And then I've also got Agatha Raisin and A Spoonful of Poison. I have read a lot of Agatha Raisin. They're not massively well written, but they are quite, once you get into the swing of it, you do want to know what happens next. So I've got one of those. I've got Jenny Colgan, West End Girls. I've definitely read this in my youth and I thought I'd listen to that. Julie Walters' autobiography. I definitely will enjoy that. Marjorie Allingham, always like a Campion story. And then these ones are my don't know what I'm getting books. No, I Don't Want to Join a Book Club by Virginia Ironside. And it says, too young to get whisked away by a standard stair lift or to enjoy the luxury of a walk-in bath, but not so much that she doesn't enjoy comfortable shoes. Marie is all the same getting on in years and she's thrilled about it. She's a bit preoccupied about whether to give up sex, ouch, 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 but there are compensations like falling in love all over again, but this time with her baby grandson, Jean. Curmudgeonly, acute and funny, this fictionalised diary is what happens when Bridget Jones becomes a grumpy old woman. Did think I would enjoy that one. And then I've got The Edge Chronicles, The Last of the Sky Pirates. I've tried to read The Edge Chronicles before. I don't think I got on very well, but I thought I would give it a go. So this is a bit more Pratchett-esque. Rook Barkwater lives in the network of sewer chambers in the Undertown, the bustling main city of the Edge world. Sorry, there's a price stick on there. I'm trying to read around it. So, beneath Undertown, the bustling main city of the Edgeworld. He dreams of becoming a librarian knight and breaking all the rules grabs his chance when it comes, setting out on a perilous journey to the free glades and beyond. Then, buried in the heart of the deep woods, Rook encounters a mysterious character, the last sky pirate, and is thrust into a bold adventure that dares to challenge the might of the dread guardians of the night. I thought I might enjoy that. And then I've also got 2 Jasper Fords. Now, I've never read Jasper Ford. I think I thought that Jasper Ford wrote murder stories, and I suppose in a way these do sound like they are. So this is The Air Affair, and it says, there is another 1985 somewhere in the could have been where Thursday Next is a literary detective without equal fear or boyfriend. Thursday is on the trail of the villainous Acheron Hades, who has been kidnapping characters from works of fiction and holding them to ransom. Jane Eyre herself has been plucked from the novel of the same name, and Thursday must find a way into the book to repair the damage. She also has to find time to halt the Crimean conflict, persuade the man she loves to marry her, rescue her aunt from inside a Wordsworth poem, and figure out who really wrote Shakespeare's plays. Aided and abetted by a cast of characters that includes her time-travelling father, Jack Shit of the all-powerful Goliath Corporation, a pet dodo named Pickwick, and Edward Rochester himself, Thursday embarks on an adventure that will take your breath away. That sounds really good. And then we've got Lost in a Good Book, which again features the same protagonist. Thursday next, literary detective and registered dodo owner begins her married life with disturbing news that her husband of only a month drowned 38 years ago, and no one but 30 has any memory of him at all. Someone, somewhere, sometime is responsible. Could it be the ubiquitous Goliath Corporation, who will stop at nothing to get their operative Jack Shit out of The Raven, the poem in which Thursday trapped him? Or are more sinister forces at work in Swindon? Having barely caught her breath after the air affair, Thursday heads back into fiction to search for some answers. Along the way, she finds herself helping Miss Havisham close narrative loopholes in Great Expectations, struggling for a deeper understanding of the tale of the Flopsy Bunnies, and learning the truth about Larry the Lamb. Paper politicians, lost Shakespearean manuscripts, woolly mammoth migrations, a flurry of near-fatal coincidences, and impending Armageddon are all part of a greater plan. But whose and why? They sound excellent. I really am looking forward to those. Really, really am. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 just for me. Remember that lady was talking about £2 each. If I'd bought 13 just for me, I'd have spent £26. But I've also got, bear with, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 56 others to sell. So that's a total of 69 audiobooks. There was also this wodge of stuff that I don't want, which is mostly fake DVDs, you know, the kind of stuff you used to be able to buy in market stores. Fake DVDs, a couple of CDs, and one audiobook that has one disc missing. Now, it is a collection of short stories, so I don't feel bad about giving that to a charity shop because somebody's still going to listen to it, because the disc that is missing would have been a complete disc on its own. Does that make sense? That'll all go in a charity shop. And did I say 56 to list? 56 to list without... Bugger. 56 to list without even the one thinking about the ones I want to listen to. Average audiobook gets me between £5 and £8. So if we call it an average of £7, £392, an average of £7. Some of them will go for a bit less, some will go for a bit more, and that doesn't count the 13 that I want to listen to myself. I think that is a good return on £20. And she gave me the tubs. She said I don't want the tubs either. There we go. That is the haul and all of the haul for this week. Thank you for joining me. Everything you see here is everything I bought last week, because I bought it all on the Sunday, went away for work and haven't done any listing. So my next task for today is get on with it. I'm going to put an audiobook on. I'm going to crack on and list a lot of this stuff. And I will see you next time. Take care. Bye for now.